This is Lewis Hart for the Ring Magazine. Delighted to be joined with Frank Warren. Yeah, second time in 3 days here at the Co-op Arena.
People would talk, Lewis, about me and you. Keep meeting.
Say again?
I said people would talk. You and I keep meeting at this arena.
Do they? I don't know what they've been saying. But yeah, obviously here for another massive heavyweight card on April the 5th. You obviously, the all heavyweight card was rumoured for quite a while, but to kick off DAZN, Dillian Whyte, Joe Joyce, must be something that you're delighted with.
It's a brilliant fight. I mean, it's a really good fight. Two real warriors, campaigners, at a crossroads for them.
Yeah.
You know, this at their age, one of them's going to have a hard road back. The loser will have a hard road back if indeed he wants to. But this is a tough fight for both of them, and it'd be a great fight. It's very competitive, 50-50 fight.
As you say there, the stakes are always higher when you do have a fight where, let's be honest, there isn't that much road back for a loser, especially in this fight. So yeah, it does make the stakes a little bit higher for this one.
It does. Everything's on the line. Their careers are on the line. Their careers in boxing.
Yeah, definitely. One thing with this fight is obviously Dillian Whyte fighting back in the UK since the failed test against Anthony Joshua. There's obviously a lot of conversation, a lot of discussion about that. From your point of view, what is the latest now, I guess, with him fighting the UK and the approval from the British Boxing Board of Control?
We announced that he's not approved. He's approved to fight in this country.
Okay.
That's why we can't put fights on with guys who are not licensed.
Yeah. Okay. So as you say, there was no concerns there with the board in terms of getting Dillian to fight in the UK.
No problems at all.
Okay. Lawrence Okoli versus Richard Riakporhe. It's been brewing for some time. As Lawrence said there, you wanted this fight for some time, and Queensbury are the ones that made it happen. Yeah, you must have some sense of pride that you were able to put that on.
It's a great fight, and can they emulate the winner and emulate what David Haye did, what Evander Holyfield did, and what Usyk's done?
Yeah.
Go on and win world titles, win the biggest prize in sport, the world heavyweight title. They've got that in front of them. There'll be again, it's a winner and loser. The winner will go on and fight for a world title. There's no doubt that will happen.
When you do have fights like this has been building for some time, as you see, the whole thing at the Creed 3 premiere. It feels good as a promoter that the selling's almost done there, really.
Yeah, I mean, look, this sells on its own. I mean, three unbelievable heavyweight fights on one card. How often do you get that happening? And the debut of Delicious, making his pro debut.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and this was a list of all three cards that were announced on DAZN as well, which it was announced a few months ago, but to kick off on DAZN now and kick off strongly, the global home of boxing, you must be really, really happy with that.
Well, it is, if you're a boxing fan, DAZN's the place to be. It's one subscription. Yeah. And there's 3 or 4 of us now promoters on there.
Yeah.
And the fighters and the fights are competitive, and the promoters are competitive.
Yeah.
And we want to be the best on there, and we will be.
Yeah. How important was it that you did hit it hard, as you say, with the three cards that got announced, Josh Taylor, Esserman, and Cache Wood as well? That it was important that you made an impact early on DAZN.
We have, and we made impacts on BT, which become TNT. We made a major impact. I mean, that was what we worked through and did what we had to do. Now we want to make a big impact, and we've got a heavy impact show kicking off. We want to make an impact on DAZN. We want to be the best.
Yeah.
We want our fights to be the best.
I know your main concern is delivering for the broadcast and delivering for DAZN, but when you do see obviously yourself and Eddie on the same platform, where do you feel that lies other broadcasters such as TNT and Sky especially?
I don't know. I mean, Sky have got someone they work with. I don't know what TNT are going to be doing. Yeah. They're probably. I mean, they've got the pay-per-view platforms. I have no idea. All I do is focus on what we do. We found a home. Yeah. We believe in where we're going and what we're doing. We believe in our ability to put on big fights, make big shows, make big fights, bring fighters through. Because if you don't bring them through from the ground level, you haven't got any shows.
Yeah.
And we're very good at that. And the name of the game, as I say, is delivering the fights. And we are delighted to be on DAZN. And I was a critic the early days. I was very sceptical about it, but they've brought some really good people on board. They had some good people, and they brought other people in who we've worked with in the past. And it's fabulous. And having met Selene and Shay, we know this is the place and the right decision for Queensbury.
Just touch on there, going to Scotland, for Josh Taylor against Echo Esserman, quite a left field fight. Echo's really earned the right, so an exciting one. Last
year's fights of the year, 3 domestic fights of the year.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. 2 and 3 was the same fighter, Esso Ekman. He's going in the other guy's backyard, Josh is backyard. What a fight it's going to be.
Yeah.
It's going to be a great fight. It's got fight written all over it.
Yeah. Catch A Wood as well. That doesn't need much selling.
Again, look at that. You know, that we made a considered decision there. There's nothing better than a big domestic bust-up. Anto has knuckled down there and shown what he's all about. He's been a great, and he is a great champion. He's going there. He's fighting a real good quality fighter in Lee who's got home advantage. This is going to be another fantastic card with a brilliant undercard.
Yeah. Final one from myself. Do want to ask on Saturday. Derek Chisora does obviously when I want to bring up the half century to 50 fights. For yourself, now it's been a couple. It's been 48 hours. The dust has settled. And what would you like to see ideally for Fight 50? Do you think it is actually in the UK as well? Because I know he talked about going to London. So
we will see. We'll see what happens there. But for me, you've got these fights happening. You've got a great fight on the 22nd of February in Riyadh, the Riyadh season heavyweight IBF championship fight between Daniel and Joe Parker. Great fight, and he is now the guy who they've got to fight. He's the one who won the Eliminator.
Okay, interesting. Frank, always a pleasure, mate. Good to see you again.
It's a pleasure seeing you, my son.
Yeah, take care, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you. Top man.
Thank you.